New breed, global truth.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. Yes! This is what victory feels like. Yeah! And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Elon Musk is not real, bro. Either Elon Musk is extremely idiotic, or he's trolling, or he just not human, bro. Something is off. I don't know if he was really throwing up a Nazi sign or a Klingon sign, because this man is loopy, bro. He's way out of space. He's way out in the stratosphere. So we're coming into a new social media era. That's right. You know, it's all about attention nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe he's trolling the people because, you know, a lot of people on the left have been slapping the title racist and white supremacists on Donald Trump. Maybe Elon Musk was trolling. I don't know. Or this could be straight up a pledge of war. You know, it's wild out here. 2025 is something else. Somebody said that hoodie and hat go hard. Oh yeah, that's that nobility. Exclusive on newbreed.love. That's right, man. All you gotta do is go on newbreed.love and cop you some of this. This is the official brand of the chosen ones. And look, it's all quality stuff over there, all quality clothing, right? But this is insane. I have to look at the whole speech from Elon. I have to look at the whole speech. What possessed him to do so? To throw up this Nazi sign. I mean, he hit you with the Hail Hitler, man. Crazy work right there, but let's get into it, right? We have his full speech, and we're going to get into the minutia of all this. Let's go.
Yes! This is what victory feels like. Yeah! And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important, some are not. But this one this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured. All right. We don't know what type of civilization he's talking about because it's the same guy who claims that the new God is coming out of Memphis, Egypt. It's the same guy right here that's claiming that, artificial intelligence will outnumber people. Robots will actually outnumber people by, I believe he said, by the year 2035. So this guy right here is talking about saving civilization. So, hey, let's hear what he got to say.
Thanks to you. We're going to have safe cities, finally, safe cities, secure borders,
AKA smart cities. Smart cities. All right. Now, we got to keep in mind that Elon is also in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency. So the inmates are truly running the asylum. This man has a position of power when it comes to control of our government. So keep that in mind too. Let's go.
sensible spending, basic stuff. And we're going to take Doge to Mars.
There you go, Doge. The acronym is Department of Government Efficiency. This is something that they just inked up out of nowhere. They just created this new department in government and gave Elon a position so he can do what he wants to do with it to make sure the government runs efficiently. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the government and social media is becoming one. They're actually merging. And so the artificial intelligence, and all of the, how do I word this? All of the plans that they have in motion, let's keep it simple, right? All of the plans they have in motion involve AI running things. But let's get to it.
I mean, can you imagine how awesome it will be to have American astronauts plant the flag on another planet for the first time?
So he just told you that the moon landing is a lie. So the cat's out the bag. Moon landing is a lie. He's talking about planting the flag in Mars and all of that. And yes, the moon would be considered a planet as well because it's in orbit, right? But we know that the moon is luminaries, and we know that NASA is a lie. But this dude is thrilled. He's thrilled, yo.
Bam! Yeah! How inspiring would that be?
Hold on, my bad.
There's always problems in life. There's this problem, solve that problem. But there need to be things that inspire you. There need to be things that make you glad to wake up in the morning and say, I'm looking forward to the future. Yeah. I love you guys.
Everybody's saying the moon is not a planet. Okay, the moon is not a planet, all right? But they didn't land on that either because the moon is a luminary, all right? I get it. The moon's not a planet. Y'all got that. I will give y'all that one. Y'all can have that, right? But they ain't landed on the moon either, all right? There's no gravity in space, but the wind was blowing in the flag. It's the worst green screen we've ever seen. But anyway, let's leave it. Y'all got it. All right, let's go.
So, and let me tell you, I'm going to work my ass off for you guys. So, I really will. I really will. So, and yeah, but I'm super fired up for the future. It's going to be very exciting. As the president said, we're going to have a golden age. It's going to be fantastic. And one of the fundamental things, that one of the most American values that I love is optimism. And this feeling like we're gonna make the future good. We're gonna make it good. So, man, I can't wait. This is gonna be fantastic. So thank you again, and yeah, I'm just so excited about the future. Thank you guys. Thank you.
So that was the full inauguration speech there. For those just joining, Elon Musk did the unthinkable at the speech and threw up a Nazi sign, a Nazi salute. For whatever reason, if you didn't see that part, here it goes.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes.
Now, why on earth he did that, the world may never know. Could he be affiliated with the Nazis? I don't know, brothers and sisters. I can't tell you. But what I will say is he's getting a lot of pushback through the media. You know, there's going to be protests behind this. You know, there's going an action like that, being in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, to do something like what he just did, that salute, when you're trying to bring the country together, is insane. You understand? Because now melanated people, anybody who's been through any level of persecution and captivity, anybody who has seen genocide within their race, they're going to automatically be offended by that, and that's going to cause more division. So it's extremely irresponsible for somebody who's supposed to be running the government or its efficiency. And this is how they're starting off, with a bang, right? So that's crazy right there. And now Trump has signed hundreds of executive orders, and we're going to talk about those orders. We're going to go over those orders. We're going to comb them out and get a real understanding of what's going on, right? Now, first and foremost, I want to put my disclaimers out there off the break. Right off the break, I want you brothers and sisters to understand, when I'm covering politics, I understand that the so-called powers that be are very insulated, and they often get over on the people by giving us two sides to choose from, believing that one side is going to somehow save humanity or save people, when the truth about the situation is they're all together, they're all working together. Democrats, Republicans, all the world leaders are together. They all are of the same fold, is what I be trying to explain to people. But people can't seem to understand. So when I'm going right down the middle, people can't understand that I do not choose a side, because I understand that these people are all of the same fold, all of them. So I need to put that out there. Yes, exactly. Two wings of the same bird. In fact, when you just see these people together, this is what it is. And this is what I need y'all to understand.
Look all who's there. Obama's there, Bush is there, Clinton's there. All the Supreme Court who voted against your freedom of speech is there. Clarence Thomas, the one that is bought out. That motherfucker has so much houses for grandma, bought out. Look at all of them. You think they're worried about you, America? You think they're suffering right now, America? This is poetic right here. You see how small that room is, right? I mean, this is poetic. This is the club. This is how small the club is. And if you're not in that room, America, you're not part of them. I think it's poetic that this inauguration is done inside because it represents how small the club is. And you're not in it. Apple CEO is there. Jeff Bezos is there. Elon Musk is there. All the Democrats and Republicans, all part of the same club. You think they care about you? Look like they're all smiling, they're laughing. You think they're suffering like you, America? If you're not in that room, you're not part of the club. Get that through your head.
And that's what I want the American citizens who at least view my platform to get through their thick skulls. I don't choose a side. I choose the Most High. I understand that it is psychological warfare on the masses. I understand that, like someone in the chat said, the devil got two horns. I get it. I'm rocking with the Messiah. I'm rocking with the Most High. That room right there is the elite. They stick together. It is what it is. They have different oaths. A lot of them are thick as thieves, and they ace boom coons. Just a couple of days ago, we seen Barack Obama sitting next to Donald Trump, and they was cooling. They was just kicking it. They were chopping it up. Y'all got to understand, all these people are working together. They all are playing their role in their position. The Bible says we battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities in high places. So understand me. Understand where I'm coming from when I cover politics. I'm not going to be in favor of one over the other. I'm going to be in favor of a policy versus another policy. But when it comes to these politicians, look, they're all playing the people. Us seeing Elon Musk throw up a Nazi salute shows you that they want division. Shows you that they want to promote ideological subversion, which is playing with the people, manipulating, doing things that don't make sense to dumb down society. Because what he did didn't make any sense. But that type of stuff right there brings confusion, which dumbs down society. All right. Now, we're going to get into these executive orders. Now, as of yesterday, I did a stream regarding Donald Trump and Martin Luther King Day, Donald Trump's inauguration, and Martin Luther King Day being on the same day. And I don't think a lot of people comprehended what the real message was on that video. A lot of people was offended. You know, some supporters, they exited stage left and got up off the platform. Of course, they're still watching because they know it was something real being said. But, you know, for the record, I got hit with a false copyright claim showing Martin Luther King's speeches on Martin Luther King Day. I want to tell you what the platform did to me. First off, we're going to get into it. On Martin Luther King Day, I shared 1-minute clips of Martin Luther King talking, and they hit me with a copyright, made it ineligible for monetization. But I left it up anyway because the message was that powerful. The message was that powerful on yesterday's stream. But see, a lot of people didn't understand the message. See, what they did essentially was they used the I Have a Dream speech during the inauguration to rock Black people back to sleep. Meanwhile, back in 1968, can't say meanwhile, but back in the day, rather, 4 years after I Had a Dream speech, Martin Luther King himself said his American dream was a nightmare. He was talking about getting land back. He was talking about, you know, how integration doesn't work unless you're appropriately dividing wealth amongst God's people. That's what Martin Luther King's message had turned to. before he passed. I would argue that's why he was assassinated. So I attempted to show some respect to Martin Luther King versus what they did at the inauguration, having somebody come and do a mock, a pretty much a mock speech that Martin Luther King did back in the day. It did Martin Luther King's speech no justice. It was buffoonery. It was disrespectful to Martin Luther King's legacy. And that's what I was trying to express yesterday, in case you brothers and sisters did not understand my message, right? So I want to put that out there. Yeah, it was an absolute mockery of Martin Luther King. And, it is what it is. Now we're going to talk about this we're going to talk about this. Hold on one moment. We're going to talk about these executive orders. Now, I heard in passing, I heard through the grapevine, that he had a couple of orders that I can stand behind off break. Some of y'all gonna be mad at one of them, but I'm gonna share this with y'all. This is one of them, right? One of the orders was, let me see if I got that up here. Is this the one? Yep.
So Trump just tweeted out early this morning that if your baby daddy's paying child support, then you are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only he can. Now let me repeat that. You are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only the father can if he's paying the child support. So this could change things. Let me know what you think.
I had to dust off my camera because not Trump sitting up here talking about that for the women who put their baby daddy on child support, then that baby daddy sits here and claims all those taxes. I actually do not disagree with that. I don't. And I know some argument was, well, it needs to be split because some women don't have an income. Why do you have that baby if you don't have an income and the father does? I mean, maybe it's just because I don't have no kids, so I think about stuff like logically. Like, if me and my baby daddy, if me and my man had a kid and we're not together and he's now my baby daddy, and I don't have a job, but he has a job, why am I not giving my child to that man that can financially support that baby until I get my stuff together? Like, is that hard? I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm tripping.
Good afternoon, people. There's some people about to be real mad about the world. But let me tell you this. One thing that need to be addressed.
We're going to do a full breakdown on that towards the end of the broadcast because I have a lot that I want to add to that dialogue, to that conversation, right? I also heard that Donald Trump is getting rid of WHO? Yes, the World Health Organization. Listen, let's give it up for that too. Let's give it up. Huh. Look, we gotta give it up for that because look, first of all, they done struck my channel several times, bro. Yo, when I was warning y'all about the you know what, look, they still got me programmed to say you know what. When I was warning you about the jabby jab, they was lighting my channel up. Every time I picked up some traction, look, a flag came through by WHO? The World Health Organization. So shout out to Donald Trump for that, or, shout out to the Republican Party for that. I heard Fauci got put on blast. I heard a whole lot. So look, at the end of the day, I'm pro-life and I like to deal with things holistically. And I'm not one of these people who show a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. I'm not going to be running around here scared of some sickness when I got the Most High in my life, right? And I hope y'all feel the same way. But anyway, I'm glad that that's what it is, right? And also I heard that he did this mass immigration law. I heard he's shipping a lot of people back home, wherever they came from. And it sounded like these orders are aiming towards the criminals, which that's what it is about. We don't want, what I'm saying? We want the criminals gone. We don't want just people who've been living here for decades being targeted. We just want the criminals gone. You know what I'm saying? We want the people that Biden brung over here. We want them gone, right? Because they brung fentanyl, they brung all kind of crime, violence, weapons, all that. You know what I'm saying? Let them go. But we're going to be reacting. We're going to be reacting. I want to hear some of these executives' orders, and we're going to get into it. Somebody said discrimination much. What are we talking about? What's discriminatory about that? If you're a criminal and you over here illegally, you got to go. That's why we have border control. So you can go up, you can take the proper measures to get over here. That way, we know who's in the country, right? Because a lot of things happen with these migrants. Illegal squatting, crime, violence, great, all of that. Anyway, let's see what Trump is doing here.
Yes, sir. First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
Okay, and how many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people, sir.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon.
All right, I stand corrected. Somebody in the chat says he was talking about the jab. All right. Okay, he was talking about jobs discriminating and things of that nature. Okay, I got you, bro. No worries. Understand you. Salute. See, I stand corrected. Let's go.
We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
Okay.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you, sir.
So this is a big one. Anything you want to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. They're expecting it.
Yo, look at all them notebooks on the. Y'all, look at this. Look at all these notebooks on the counter, on the desk. He's about to change everything. It's about to get real. 2025 is going to be a totally different place in America. I can't tell you which side it's going to be on, but I can tell you that sometimes things can get better before they can get worse, or they can get worse before they get better. We'll leave it at that. Let's go.
Approximately 1,500 people. Six commutations.
Were there any cases you did not need or pardon of people?
We're looking at different things, but the commutations would be the ones that we'll take a look, and maybe it'll stay that way, or it'll go to full pardon.
And the order does require the Bureau of Prisons to act immediately on receipt of the pardons and commutation orders. Sir, this is an
Why don't we get that down so they can get them going right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. This is a proclamation guaranteeing the state's protection against invasion based on the current crisis at the southern border. It invokes.
All right, so that's border control. Let's go. We're not going to go over each and every one for the record. I got more sources I would like to go to, but we're going to skim through, and we're going to get a great understanding of what most of these executive orders are about. All right. And I want everybody to just pound the like button if you're in support, and make sure you share this material here. All right. Thank y'all.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. This next executive order is about protecting America from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats.
All right, national security, public safety threats. Okay, let's go.
Designating the cartels and other organizations to be
all right,
foreign terrorist organizations.
All right, they're going against the cartels. Okay, that's what I want to hear. My question is, what was Biden and Kamala in the office doing? What were they doing? He got to go in here and do things that should be. It should be known that you got to do this, right? Let's go.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
But you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know.
Hold on. That regarded birthright. Hold on. Let me hear that.
But you could be right.
Definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
Okay, so that's birthright citizenship, brothers and sisters, meaning just because you're born here, if your people came over here illegally, but you were born here, I don't know, he's saying no more birthright citizenship, which honestly, that one is tricky, man. I gotta disagree with that one. I gotta disagree with that one. Because if you were born here, let's go back 2 or 3 generations. See, to me, this is problematic. This is problematic. There's people who only know America because they were born here. So he's taking that away, And look, I want to point something out there, and I was going to say this too. And Wanda Austin brung it up, and I was definitely going to touch on that. With all of the executive orders that he's going to be signing, will there be any hate crime bill for Black Americans? I doubt it. I doubt it. So that is something to also consider. And what I've been doing lately is trying to awaken my people so you all can understand that there is no comprehensive plan for Black America. There is none, regardless of who the president is, regardless of what they may change. Because to be 100% with you, brothers and sisters, we deserve some special treatment because we built the country. But everybody else has already gained off of our plight. That's problematic. I'm no respecter of persons when it comes to that. Anyway, we got 1,000 people in the chat. Thank y'all for hitting the like button and sharing. Peace and blessings to everybody. I see y'all joining in. We made it over 1,000. That's right. Let's see if we can get 2,000 in the building. Everybody just like the video, share. Let's get this word out here. Let's go.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that?
I disagree with the birthright one, but let's go.
That country. I didn't know that he gave a pardon to his family because he did it during my speech.
All right. I'm pretty sure a lot of these executive orders are in regards to pardons as well, because it seems that Joe Biden let all the serial killers out. Joe Biden was out here freeing Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees and them. You know what I'm saying? He was out here freeing all the anarchists and demons. He was letting the demons loose. So a lot of these is going to be executive orders to go swoop them people back up. But anyway, let's go.
No, he didn't tell me. No. He did it. They released it during my speech. During my speech. So all I could do was say, excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more. So now we were surprised by that. It's bad precedent, obviously.
What are you thinking on tariffs on Mexico given these actions you're signing on the border?
Well, we're thinking in terms of, because it was too much money and the budgets didn't work and other reasons.
Let's go.
Depending on how talks go with President Xi, is that correct?
What is that? Define that.
Well, you're asking, you pledged in the campaign officially 10% tariff on China or as much?
Because of fentanyl.
Right, so I'm asking where.
That's only because of fentanyl. There are other things too.
Are additional.
And a
China
very
tariffs-
big thing is the Panama Canal.
Let's go.
20 people that we're hiring to make sure that these get implemented. We have a problem in this country. You sign an executive order, it doesn't get done for 6 months. As an example, when we allowed the J6 hostages to go out, it might not be approved under the old days for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 months. You know, they had a good ruling from the Supreme Court. And
so I believe one of the orders that he's signing is going to expedite the process of actually overturning and changing these executive orders, making sure that they're done in a timely fashion. That's what it looks like. That's what he's discussing right now. But what I'm going to do is, to spare us some time with this, I'm going to give us a rundown what the news had to say about these executive orders, and I'm going to chime in on that. I think we've already mentioned some of the notable ones, right? Let's go.
Sworn into office and signs the most executive orders ever by a president on day one. 10 of them focus on immigration.
today I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
Let's look at the changes Trump is making. I'm Marianne Ahern. This is The Brief. President Trump is wasting no time. Those who know him well say in his first term, he also tried to make big changes, but was told, slow down. Congress moves more slowly. This time, he is not wasting any time. Immigration, one of his key campaign promises, and that's where he's focused on day one. Trump is declaring a national emergency at the border and is sending U.S. troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. He also plans to end catch and release and does promise to continue building the wall. Trump plans to label drug cartels terrorist organizations.
This sounds like Babylon to me. So Trump is going to continue to build the wall. He's going to continue to build the wall. He signed 10 executive orders regarding immigration. And a lot of people, what they fail to realize is that wall is not to keep people out. That wall is to keep people in. That's right. This is Babylon, and it will fall. America will fall. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. There's a lot of optimism right now. People are gaining the spirit of patriotism back, but I'm going to just be the bearer of bad news. I know I'm going to be hated. People are going to say that I'm speaking doom and gloom. Some people are going to say that I'm just negative. I get it, but I follow the word of God. I let the scriptures talk for itself, right? The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12 says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire. And the people shall be weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth him bottle and maketh him drunken. Now, listen. It says, woe to the town, city, place that's built upon blood. America is built on blood. It's built on blood. They came over here, destroyed the North American Indians. They enslaved the Negroes through the transatlantic slave trade. You know, they raped, pillaged, and destroyed various countries, stripped them of their natural resources. Any world leader that ever rose against them, they assassinated them, mutilated them publicly on TV. There has been nothing but bloodshed, death, abortion, hate, unfair justice system for all these years. It must face its justice. It must face its judgment. Babylon must fall. The Bible says if he was going to redeem Babylon, he would have already did it. So I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from when I'm looking at these world events. These are just talking heads. But what I need y'all to understand is this whole push to send all these quote unquote illegal immigrants back is really a ploy. It's really, they're hiding behind the migrant crisis, and really they're trying to keep people in Babylon. If you have border control, if you have the soldiers, the National Guard in place, why do we need a wall surrounding America? So when they cancel flights, nobody's going to be able to get out. Nobody's thinking about that part. They did the same thing in 70 AD. Vespasian and his son Titus compassed Jerusalem with armies. They had a wall. You can read about it in Flavius Josephus in his memoirs. The Roman Empire have already done this before. They hit you with bread and circus. They compass with a wall so you cannot get out. But I know a lot of people not really trying to hear that. Y'all think it's about Mexicans. Well, let me let you in on something. Mexicans at one point in time owned Texas and Los Angeles. That's right. Some of the biggest places in America, Mexicans owned it at one point. And then some of them are going to get packed up and shipped out just for migrating back home. See, we don't think about that. You don't think about the part that people are getting punished for coming back home. How can the tabernacles of Edom, the Romans, the Edomites, the Europeans tell anybody that they don't belong somewhere when they came from the Caucasus? Should we then ship off and pack up all white people? The answer is no, right? Because this is supposed to be America. Right? There should have been a special task force that goes after nothing but the criminals. That's it. Yeah, San Diego is Mexican. That's Mexico. Native strong, that's right. Sabrina June is telling y'all. Los Angeles belongs to Mexicans. Do you understand? That was their land. But hey, people rather remain ignorant, and people, are going to feel how they feel. Somebody said they sold it. That's a lie. They didn't sell it. It was taken just like everything else was taken. Are you telling me the North Americans sold America to Christopher Columbus? Anyway, let's go.
Also wants to end birthright citizenship. Now, that's a constitutional protection. So he will need a constitutional amendment to change it. What he's calling for is this change going forward, not for those who have already received that protection. What is birthright citizenship? It means if you are born in this country, you are a citizen of this.
Okay, so yeah, Trump is for birthright citizenship, y'all. The chat had it wrong. I had it wrong. We stand corrected. Hey, we all learning right now. That's right. I like that. Birthright citizenship should be protected. All right, Trump. Okay, let's go. Let's go. He's for birthright citizenship. Somebody in the chat says he's against it. I heard through the grapevine he was against it. All right. I do agree with this law. I do agree with this order. It makes sense. See, I had to go into that whole rant about like, hold on now. Y'all can't be, nah. But hey, we got it. We got it.
This country. Even let's say your parents may be from another country, but if you are born here in the US, you are a US citizen. As soon as he took office, he ended what many asylum seekers had been using. It's a mobile app called CBP One. It helped to restore order as those sought appointments at the border to try to get into the US. As soon as Trump took office, that CBP One app, it no longer existed. It was shut down. Next up, the economy. As Trump puts it, let's make America more affordable again. And in that respect, he plans to unleash energy policies.
I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Trump also plans to end leasing wind farms. He wants to expand domestic energy production. He also wants to lower EPA emissions on cars. Trump plans to also
EPA emissions on cars. Okay.
withdraw from the Paris Climate Accords. That Paris Agreement, adopted back in 2015, it is legally binding and it's meant to fight climate change. Not everyone agreed with it. Certainly Donald Trump does not. However, at that time, yes, President Obama in charge did agree.
You know what? Trump is passing some good executive orders, man. It is what it is. Look, I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing with a lot of these executive orders, man. It really does make sense what he's doing. I get it. When it comes to the energy efficient bill that he's passing, it's a way of pretty much saving resources. And when he says drill, baby, drill, that's going to take the gas prices down. He's finna get the gas. He's finna get the gas. You know what I'm saying? So you know what that'll do? Make those gas prices go down. That's what we want. We want them gas prices to go down. You know what I'm saying? Instead of when Biden was in, I believe he was just doing shady business with oil. He was just doing shady business. He probably was pocketing that money, allegedly. Let's go.
On the economy, we're looking for executive actions, not necessarily orders. As he sees it, these energy measures will reduce the cost of living. As far as core Republican conservative values promised all along by Trump during his campaign, he says those DEI policies, they're going away. Instead, he will be focused on colorblind and merit-based. He's also issuing a federal mandate that there are only two sexes, male and female. How might that impact all of us?
That's right. That's right. Because it's true. It's only male and female. That's right. Let's go. A win is a win. A win is a win. Imagine that he even had to pass an executive order to say that there's only two genders. Let's go. Yeah, hey, listen. How can you argue with that? Now, I know there's a lot of people out here who believe that there's 700 genders and you teaching your children that they one way when they can only be born one way. But hey, this is a national declaration. This is a law. Put it in the books. Let's bring it back to common sense. Let's make common sense great again. Somebody said the letter coalition about to go broke. That's right. Get rid of the confusion. The Bible says male and female, he created, he, them. Male and female. I don't know what kind of species they didn't invent it these 4 years ago. What all these species they invented. It got weird out here last 4 years. It got weird. Yo, it was people getting incarcerated for telling their child their actual gender. They were going to the schools and the teacher saying, no, you a little boy. And they were talking to a little girl. Why? Because the kid felt like a little girl. or felt like a little boy. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a dark 4 years. It was darkness. Anyway, let's go.
Well, it could even impact your passport or other federal documents. It could impact education policy. It could impact the military. We're going to be watching that for sure. Trump also has big plans to rename the Gulf of Mexico and Mount Denali. Let's start with the Gulf of Mexico. As for the Gulf of Mexico, Trump says he'd like it called the Gulf of America. It's not unusual for bodies of water to have different names, but for Trump to make
Bro,
today I will sign a series of historic
passport or
hold on, bro. Hold on. Bro.
Agreed with it. Certainly, Donald.
Hold on, bro. So let me get this right. Y'all trying to make Canada a state, and now you're going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America? Bro, that sound like conquest to me. That sound like y'all out here colonizing. Next thing you know, listen, mark my words. I want y'all to hear me out on this. The Amero is coming soon. The Amero is coming soon. That's going to be a currency for Canada, America, and Mexico. It's all going to become one at some point. You got Elon, Hitler throwing up Nazi. Bro, this is conquest. This is wild, bro. 2025 is not real, bro. Let's go.
Donald Trump does not. However, at that time, we focused on colorblind, and well, it could even impact your passport.
Hold on.
Male and female.
That's right.
How might that impact all of us? Well, it could even impact your passport or other federal documents. It could impact education policy. It could impact the military. We're going to be watching that for sure. Trump also has big plans to rename the Gulf of Mexico and Mount Denali. Let's start with the Gulf of Mexico. As for the Gulf of Mexico, Trump says he'd like it called the Gulf of America. It's not unusual for bodies of water to have different names, but for Trump to make this big change happen, he's also going to have to work with international hydrographic organizations to see it through. Even if that happens, other nations may not recognize the name change. When it comes to Denali, that was an Obama rename. It was changed from Mount McKinley. Today, Trump says he will restore that name to Mount McKinley to honor.
Oh, man, these heathens and their daggone idols, man. Who cares? It's a mountain. How you going to name that? It's a mountain. Let's go anyway. Let's go.
President William McKinley. Why would time, although changed the name to Denali. Denali means the high one in its Native American origin.
All right. So we getting the basis of what Donald Trump doing. We'll see what happened in the next 6 months. But we got to talk about this child support bill that everybody's been talking about online, because that's what some of y'all want to hear. That's what some of y'all want to hear. Let me see. This is it right here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me pull that up for y'all. Y'all give me one moment. Thank y'all for patiently waiting, and go ahead and hit the like button on the video. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, here you go. All right, let's get that off here. So this is what a lot of people want to talk about. One of the executive orders, or it may just be a tweet or an idea, but everybody want to discuss this right here. First of all, before we even get into that, Yeah, somebody said incoming dictator. Yo, that's the type of energy I'm getting. Incoming dictator. Now, he already played the role of social media Jesus by saving TikTok, which got all the youth. And I mean, TikTok is our biggest medium on social media. Our biggest form of communication online is TikTok. And yeah, he saved the day. Somebody said, Breed, the fact you can't see a dictator is wild. I just said that I can see a dictator. What are you talking about? Just said that he's giving dictator vibes. He just claimed that he's going to straight up take over the Gulf of Mexico. He's building a wall around us. I don't know if who you listening to, what video you listening to. Anyway, I wanted to say this before we get into this video here, right? Y'all give me a moment. I want to say this because I want you brothers and sisters to understand where I'm coming from when I discuss politics. I always have to reiterate myself or where I stand. I don't stand on either side. Don't let it confuse you when I'm for something and then I'm against something else. See, unlike these other creators, I have my own thoughts and I'm not a getwit. I'm not going to say everything Trump do is excellent and he's the next coming Christ. And I'm not going to negate history, and I'm not going to choose a side. I'm going to choose the Most High. That's what I'm going to do over here, right? So if you come over here, you new to the platform, and you expecting this to be a Trump channel or a Democrat channel, Republican channel, listen, you might as well leave. Exit stage left. I'm not going to appease to you. I'm going to give things from a biblical perspective. And the truth is, Babylon is falling, as it is written in Psalms 34:21. Look, evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. That's all these people have done. And a land built upon blood shall fall. America's going to fall. And the children of the light are going to escape captivity with great substance. Yeah, that's just what it is. If you one of them good old boys, country boys who all for Trump, and that's what you on, that's what you on. What we do on this platform is we preach the Bible. We preach the word. We go to the scriptures. All right. Now, here's another executive order that may be on the table. We're going to say allegedly with this, but I find this particular topic intriguing because when it comes to this particular order, this will level things and this could perhaps bring back the patriarch, right? And that's what we want. This country has been ran by a demonic, feminist, matriarchal spirit, and it's been sick. It's been real bad out here. All of the witches that have been running things in this country. All of the effeminate men that have been running things in this country. It's time that stops. And if you're new to this platform, this channel right here is predominantly a man's channel, particularly the melanated man, the Israelite man. That's what this channel is for. Most of my viewership comes from men. So if you're a woman and you watching, welcome. But just know over here, you can't bring that Jezebel spirit. It don't belong here. All right. This ain't Derek Jackson. I'm not going to say what you want to hear. You're in the wrong place for that. And a lot of these men over here are family men and young. I mean, between young and old. All right. So you can't come over here thinking you're gonna, control something over here. This is just the wrong platform for that. All right. Now, if there's ever a video that I'm over here doing and you ladies do not like it, you can clearly exit stage left because it's motivation for the brothers. If you disagree, you disagree. All right. So we just gonna be respectful towards each other, right? And we're gonna leave it at that. Now here's the new law that may be on the table regarding taxes. Listen up.
That if your baby daddy's paying child support, then you are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only he can. Now, let me repeat that. You are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only the father can if he's paying the child support. So this could change things.
How many are in agreement with that by show of ones? Disagreement, show of twos. Here we go, the court of public opinion. And we got 1,100 people in the building. Get the likes up. Let's get another 1,100 in the building. Let's go. Somebody said, what's the question? All right, let's go back.
Tweeted out early this morning that if your baby daddy's paying child support, then you are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only he can. Now, let me repeat that. You are no longer allowed to claim your child on your income taxes. Only the father can if he's paying the child support. So this could change things. Let me know what you think.
Yo, I see a lot of mixed emotions in the chat. There's a couple people who hitting too. Hey, look, we're not going to judge you. I'm gonna put one in my own chat. Just to show y'all where I stand with it. This is going to make a lot of women get right. They're going to stay with their child's father, and they're also going to be careful who they let impregnate them. That's two of my main reasons. Now y'all going to be careful who you open your gates to. Some of the women going to be getting back with their child's father if this law happens. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be more accountable for their actions out here. This also helps the man stay afloat because child support be terrorizing brothers' paychecks. I seen this one video, this brother show his paycheck before child support, and after child support was taken out, the man could barely feed himself. And then you got laws, if a man can't pay child support, he gets incarcerated. Like, how the hell you going to pay child support if you're incarcerated? Not to mention, the child support itself is taxed. Meanwhile, these women are double dipping. The man is providing room, clothes, shelter, and board through child support. And then the woman gets to claim the child at the end of the year and get the child tax credit. Lady, you are double dipping. That's wrong. The man has no way of making it. This would alleviate women abusing the system, getting Birkin bags, taking trips, lavishing themselves while the children looking dusty. It will alleviate a lot of that. And people are going to be a little bit more responsible out here. You heard me. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go.
I had to dust off my camera because not Trump sitting up here talking about that for the women who put their baby daddy on child support, then that baby daddy sits here and claims all those taxes. I actually do not disagree with that. I don't. And I know some argument was, well, it needs to be split because some women don't have an income. Why do you have that baby if you don't have an income and the father does? I mean, maybe it's just because
That's a good point right there. And she made a good point. She said, well, what if the woman is attributing to the children too? So you got some people saying, well, maybe they should split it. If the woman has a job, let's say the woman works and the children live with her, right? Let's say the woman works, the children live with her, and she spends her money, her hard-earned tax money, on the children, right? I think Trump already covered that in a sense. And if not, here's an idea, right? There should be some tax credit, another tax credit that goes to the mother, right? Based on her income. That's what it should be. Instead of splitting it, there should be a whole separate. I mean, the government been taxing the hell out of everybody, right? There should be a separate tax income, a tax credit that's solely based on her income. Since women want to be single mothers. Now, if she want to be a single mother, her and the dad working together, and she lives separately, she has the children, she should get something back. But so should the man if he's paying child support. So all the government will have to do is work out the numbers. How much was that man taxed during the year for child support? Get that man some money back. She working too, providing for the children. Give her a tax credit. I'm just saying that is fair. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. But these women who do not work, their job is literally hustling men. I seen this one woman on she was one of the street videos, and she was like, I don't work no job. She said, I get child support, I get alimony, I get this, I get that. She made a whole living out of just jugging men, not living with, but getting pregnant by 2 or 3 men. Her whole lifestyle was square. She was good. Those type of women is trifling. That's trifling. She ain't got to work a job. All she did was lay up and get pregnant. And she just sitting there double dipping, still collecting taxes. Nah, we got to stop rewarding women for being trifling in this country, bro. That's why a lot of them so out of pocket. That's why a lot of them running around can't control their mouth. They hyenas out here. Because you listen, America has made them too entitled. They Jezebels. Y'all have made these women entitled. Y'all spoiled them rotten. Like the Bible says, through much liberty, she is self-destructive. Yeah, cut the Jezebel's benefits off. Anyway, let's go. Some of the ladies didn't like that. They was like, yo, you about to lose your 20% woman audience. It's all right. They'll come back. The woman audience over here is a revolving door. Y'all be here, then y'all come back. Then y'all gone, and y'all come back. Because, y'all know I be saying what I be saying be true. Y'all just don't be wanting to hear it. But I ain't even trying to offend y'all. I'm just telling it like it is, right? Anyway, let's go.
Because I don't have no kids, so I think about stuff like logically. Like, if me and my baby daddy, if me and my man had a kid and we're not together, and he's now my baby daddy, and I don't have a job, but he has a job, why am I not giving my child to that man that can financially support that baby until I get my stuff together? Like, is that hard?
Somebody said, why you don't agree with the deportation law? Because your wife may be deported. My wife was born in Kansas. And for you trying to be disrespectful, let's do you a solid. How that feel? Peace. Anyway, let's go. We won't. Hey, look, we don't tolerate disrespect over here. Let's continue. Let's go back to what the sister was saying. What was her point here?
Until I get my stuff together. Like, is that hard? I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm tripping.
Good afternoon, people. Real mad about the world. But let me tell you this. One thing that needs to be addressed is child support laws.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to make nobody mad or nothing.
She from the deep south.
But how is it that a woman can have a baby
That sound like Mississippi right there.
by a man? They break up or they decide to quit or whatever they decide. They end up with a child in the middle of all this. A woman can take her ass down to the Department of Human Services. And
yep, she could do the Department of Human Services, Social Security, food stamps, public housing, Section 8. I mean, she got a lot of subsidies. Man ain't got nothing. Let's go.
And file child support on a percentage of the man's wages, right? He don't got no choice but to pay him. They go to court, they have a court order for him to pay so much money. But inside of the court order is no order for visitation rights. So when the father said that he want to see his child, it's up to the mother now if she wants to let him see his own child. That's one law that need to be changed.
Okay, hold on. Let me get that right. Let me get that right. I got to work through the thick country accent. I think I understood what she said, but let's just hear that.
Right. So when the father said that he want to see his child, it's up.
Yeah, it's up to the mother. Yeah, it is. Even if you go through a civil court case, and you take that woman to court, and you end up getting either visitation or whatever the case is, that woman, she could still take you back and forth to court and fight you. She can make it, put it this way, she can make it extremely difficult for you to have a relationship with your children, even if you win a custody battle. I'm telling you, even if you win that custody battle, that these women be crafty out here. They can keep running you through back to court, trying to get this and trying to get that. It can get intense. You understand? It's real talk. But anyway, let's go.
Woman can take her ass down to the Department of Human Services and file child support.
So we got 1,200 in the building. Let's get the likes up. Let's get another 1,200 in the building. Let's get the word out. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the best platforms on social media. We're often hidden, and it's because of the real talk that goes on over here. But make sure you pound the like button, y'all. Get the video spread.
On a percentage of the man's wages, right? He don't got no choice but to pay him.
Yep, no choice at all. If he don't pay, he going to jail.
They go to court, they have a court order for him to pay so much money.
And if he don't pay, he go to jail.
But inside of the court order,
so much so a lot of guys just be quitting their jobs. They be quitting their jobs. Let's go.
Is no order for visitation rights. So when the father said that he wants to,
not if you go through child support. No, there is no order for child support. For visitation rights. That is a fact. She's right. If you go through the Department of Services, like, where women get their child support, there's no order that says, oh, you gotta allow the man, baby father, to visit these children. They got to be able to see them there. You can't, but now you can file a motion. See, this is the part I don't think she's aware of. You can file a motion. You can go get yourself a lawyer. You can get lawyered up and go make it do what it do. Because once it's blood work, once it's a blood test done, and them children are yours, you have rights to your children as a man. So don't let the system tell you don't, right? Anyway, let's go.
See his child, it's up to the mother now if she wants to let him see his own child. That's one law that need to be changed for so many reasons. You need to let the judge figure out if he's unfit to see the kid, if he's a drug addict, alcohol, or whatever. That's also a judgment. Other than
Look, this is why you got to avoid whoremongering. You got to avoid fornication out here. You got to avoid just being reckless out here, man. You got to make sure you living right. Make sure that the woman you brothers choose, that she's the right one. I'm telling y'all. You got to make sure, whether you are OG or YG, you got to move wise out here, because it's only so much a politician can do. Yup. Kumar says, give the man his voice back. That's what I'm saying. Kat says, I thought child support had nothing to do with the man's rights to see his child. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you can get placed on child support and a woman can still be playing games with you. You could be paying child support and don't have access to your children. Absolutely. But if you placed on child support, you got the blood test, you can file a motion, you can take that thing to court. You can get yourself a lawyer, which is more money. That's why a lot of people just fall back from it. Like, yo, I got to pay my child support. A lot of guys think like this. Well, she put me on child support, knowing the circumstance, and I can't afford no lawyer. I can afford this or can afford that. So blank her and them kids. That's how a lot of men be. Because ain't nothing he can do. So now he's a paycheck. He's a paycheck. And he don't have access to his children. Because he don't have the money. He don't have the money to get a lawyer. Right? Or to just keep going to court and paying that lawyer. So a man would just give up. And then meanwhile, the woman is teaching the children that daddy's a deadbeat. Your father ain't ish. Your father ain't this. Your father ain't that. Meanwhile, it's nothing that man can do at that point in time. And then to add insult to injury, at the end of the year, she still claims those children on taxes and gets a child tax credit, even though the man been paying for them. Oh man, the system is broke. The system is broke. It is broke. Yeah, Charisma King says black people need to keep child support out their lives, period. Co-parent and get out of these people's system. I absolutely agree. And I know there's a lot of different opinions on this topic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the link in the chat. Anybody want to click in, share their sentiments. If you want to give pushback to what's being said, we welcome that as well with open arms. If you want to join the panel, the link is in the description box. And if you want to speak on any of the executive orders that Donald Trump has issued, feel free to speak about that as well. Also, Elon Musk, what do y'all think about him Hail Hitler, throwing a Hail Hitler salute? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. And you feel free to join the panel and we can chop it up and discuss it, right? Somebody said, I definitely want to hear from the chat. All the chat got to do is tap in. Don't be shy. Don't be nervous. Have your camera on. Make sure your devices is connected. And we'll go from there. Somebody said Elon is a weirdo. I agree. I for some reason, I believe Elon was trolling. I believe he was trolling. Somebody said, where can you find the executive orders? What you mean, a list of them? He signed hundreds of them. I believe it was over 200 executive orders, right? So this you got to look them up. So I'm going to be bringing in some guests. Let me see. Let me stop this screen.
I want to be on camera.
Hold on. Miss Maya, what's going on? Don't be shy. You ain't got to be shy to be.
No, look, I got my little do-rag, my scarf on today, but I just want...
You keeping it natural. No pressure, though.
No makeup, no nothing, but hey, I've been busy today. But I just wanted to touch in on that, I'm driving too. But I
Okay.
just wanted to touch in on that topic about the. I really totally agree with the, the situation with Trump saying about the fathers,
Yep.
being able to claim because I don't care like about none. No, it's not about money. I don't care if a nigga can't pay, if he don't pay, but you don't deny no man no right to see his child. I'm like,
Fact.
come and get this little bad motherfucker, please. I'll take them couple hours or something. But you don't deny. I don't give a damn about no money. Like when me and my husband divorced, it was just like whatever. We cool, and then I'm not gonna put you on child support, and that's what we're gonna do. Especially if he's providing outside of that what he can. But
Right.
like,
Right. Well,
like you said,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you a question. If
okay,
if it's a man you dealing with or dealt with, former husband or whatever the case is, and he's not taking care of his responsibilities, meaning like he got the resources, but he like blank them kids. I'm not paying for nothing, and he pretty much leave you high and dry. Would you agree that child support is a fair thing to do at that point?
no, actually no, because when we did our divorce, I made sure to put no child support. But guess what I did? Because this is funny. Because I did say, "Oh, I'm claiming them every year since I'm not getting child support from you." And guess what though? I'm breaking him off. But my whole thing is like, no child, no father should have to pay because it's not about money. Because me and my son, we go do stuff that costs money, and we go do free stuff. We go to the library, we go to the park, we go do things that are free. We go to the Y. It's not about money, but kids do use water, lights, and gas. You know, they do need, clothes. And then a mother, like the mothers, I feel like that I'm right. Okay, not to even put on my business, but like, no, right now he in the feds, so it's
Okay.
all up to me. And it's tiring. It's hard to do all that, but at the same time, of course, I'm gonna take care of it. But like, I'm not finna. I don't care if you don't pay nothing. You don't gotta pay nothing. Just come get this guy. That's all that
So,
matters to
so
me.
okay, so what you're saying is time with the children is just more valuable than money in
Yes,
a check.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
I agree with that, but I also agree that both is important as a man, as men out there, and I have
Yeah,
to, I have to spread this to all the brothers watching. Look,
yes,
and some of the sisters too. Take heed to this as well. Look, if a man does have the resources, he being a deadbeat on purpose, and he not taking care of his children, he should be held to that obligation to take care
that's
of his children. I agree with
exactly.
I agree that's when child support is appropriate. But we have an issue in this country where men are paying child support, but the women are abusing the system and not allowing the man to even have time with those children. And this
Eh,
normally happens to good men.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen to men who are not in the children's lives and don't care. A lot of
you're
women
right.
don't be trying to put them on that.
And
And
they
then
be bitter.
right. And that's why if I meet a woman, she's a single mother, or whatever the case is, I gotta let her know off the break. That child is the father's responsibility financially. Why? Because if you're not with that man and you not holding him to the torch or holding him to the torch or whatever the case is, he's not providing, then why would you expect another brother to come in and give you
Right,
support, but you didn't hold that man accountable? Because there's some women who do that.
exactly.
They'll do that
You're
to
right.
they'll do it to the good man, but they won't do it to the man who just leave them high and dry. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so, look, I'm gonna say this though too. It's
Yeah.
a lot of men, especially our men. I love our men. We got to get it together. But I taught my boys how to fish. Like, I mean, I'm a term boy myself. I garden. You know what I'm saying? I do all
Yeah.
that. I done taught my boys to fish, all of them, and they love it. Like, we got to know how to catch food and all that. But that's something the father's supposed to show. But
Right.
at the
Absolutely.
same time, we be messing with these niggas that's just, shit, they ain't got time. They don't get their hands dirty. They ain't messing with no worms. I'm up here putting bait in my nigga hook. Come on now. But
Yeah. Yeah. Men gotta step the game up, man. That's
they
what it's all
they
about.
do.
And a
See,
lot of the brothers on this platform, man. I see Urban Warrior in my chat. He big on fishing. He's big on all of
yeah,
that.
I love it. Like
Yeah,
for
a lot of the
real.
guys. Yeah, we do camping trips. We do events. This is what we do. We hunt. We do all of that.
Yeah, and I saw you. I saw. I know what you're doing with the gardening, and I think
Yeah.
I had said something on one of your lives before because I got a certification to be a gardener because they be having they have a grant program. So I'm
Right.
in Indiana, and so it's a grant program to where you grow your crops, you weigh 'em, and you
That's
get
what's up.
paid by the weight. And then it's like eat like corn might be like $2 a pair. It's different. So you want to grow. I'm trying to do mushrooms and because that's the most organic and
Right.
the most
What's
like
up?
but back to that thing though, I don't care about no money. Like just spend time with your child because I'm gonna
Ab-
make it happen. I'm not gonna put you in the system and have you like that locked up shit is crazy.
Right.
I agree with Trump because how you gonna help take care of that if you're locked up?
That's a fact. Well, thank you for bringing your insight and your input. We do appreciate it. I got a few more guests I want to bring in, and yeah,
Okay.
you made some valid points. Join anytime.
Thank you
Appreciate
for having me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm at Walmart. Let me get in the comments.
it. All right, for sure. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. We do want to hear women who value the time spent with the child over a paycheck, especially if that man just because I mean, if he don't have it, he don't have it. But time spent with those children, that's invaluable, man. You can't put no price tag on that. You know what I'm saying? Uh let's see. Let's bring brother Lee. What's going on, brother Lee?
What's
Let me
going
see.
on, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You loud and clear. And you got
Man.
the floor. You can add to whatever portion of the stream you want,
Okay,
whether
hold
it's
on. Let me
Trump.
put you on my
Yep.
on my car right quick. Let me see what it work right quick. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're loud and clear.
Hold on. Let me hold on right quick. If you can't hear me, I ain't gonna worry about it. I was trying to put you on my car so I can make it a little bit louder. But if you can hear me like
Good,
this, it's
good.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, I
But I
can hear
wanted to
you.
let you know, man. Shoot, I've been paying child support. Man, shoot, I started paying child support in 2022, man. I've been going through custody battle since
Yeah.
2017. I'm
Right.
finna get real straight, you know what I'm saying, to the point
Take
with it,
some
cause
time.
I don't think nobody never gonna express it the way how I'm finna express it. You see what I'm saying? I'm 34 years old. We met before, Bree, so
Yeah, yeah. We
you
chopped it
probably
up on
do.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
man, I've been paying child support for a little minute, so I'm gonna look at it like this. When I first started paying child support, I used to think it was a big deal because I don't like bills. You see what I'm saying? I
Right,
like to
right.
eliminate things when I do stuff and stuff like that,
Hmm.
whatever. But dealing with that situation back in 2017, I'm gonna be real with you. I used to fall in love real quick as a young cat. You know what I'm saying? I was about 23 years old and stuff like that. And I ain't never knew like how to really, I want to say, find real true love. Cause you know what I'm saying, by growing up with your parents and stuff like that, you got a daddy that's real strict and you got a mama that's really lovable, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it's kind of like hard to, you know what I'm saying, elaborate with that because you got a daddy that's military strict. You see what I'm saying? He about discipline with all of the kids in the household. And you got a mother that's, you know what I'm saying, that's real sweet. But it's like it's tit for tat, you know what I'm saying, on type of energy on trying to
Hmm.
learn how to love someone and know the knowledge or two what to do and what not to do. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
as
Understand.
me growing up as a child, you know what I'm saying, growing up with my parents and stuff, like, you know, I used to think that, everybody's supposed to be lovable. You see what I'm saying? Because my mom taught me that, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But my dad, he taught us like, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to be lovable, but at the same time, you got to be hardcore too. I didn't ever believe that. You see what I'm saying? I used to think that everybody not like that. But
Right,
as,
right.
you know what I'm saying, as I grew, you know what I'm saying? I met the mother of my child, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking everything good, you know what I'm saying? Which it was. We was engaged. We was all that. You see what I'm saying? Bought her a brand new car off the showroom floor. I paid the note, all this stuff, even when she couldn't pay the note. You see what I'm saying? She couldn't get the car because I had to get the car. 'Cause it was in my
Right.
name and I had good, you know what I'm saying, good insurance and everything. Not insurance, but good credit and everything.
Right.
So at the
And
same
brother.
time,
Yeah, I know.
at that moment when we had our child, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's when it got a little rocky a little bit. The energy switch. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna
Right,
tell
right.
y'all something, man. I don't know if y'all ain't gonna be real on New Breed page, but I'm gonna be real on New Breed page. You'll know when you find a devil. You see what I'm saying? When you find a devil, you'll know that spirit ain't gonna really hit you real well, and it's gonna hurt you, especially if you done a whole lot for a person, and you know that person done switched up on you. You see what I'm saying? That's when I knew, like, damn, it's like you giving somebody your secret key, and you telling that person to hold that key and don't lose it, or don't go behind my back to give it to nobody, and then that person do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that loyalty right there, you know what I'm saying? It kind of
Yeah,
like
that's
crushed
deep.
everything with our relationship with our child. It felt like, you know what I'm saying, at that moment that she just wanted a child out of me, you see what I'm saying? And it hurt, you know what I'm saying? I had to grow, you know what I'm saying, into this stuff, situation. She was a little bit older than me. She was 10 years older than me. Like I said, I was young. I didn't know no better. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right, right.
you gotta grow. You see what I'm saying?
And
As a
yeah, you
man, I
know
had to
what?
grow in life to figure out my way in life, because I'm a Libra, man. So I balance, you know what I'm saying, by
And let
scale.
me,
So
yeah, let me add to what you're saying too, brother, because the
okay.
reason why this platform is so needed for brothers is because of
Yeah,
testimonies like this.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we go through these things and we're able to share with the audience so they can avoid certain pitfalls. And that's why I've been candid and open about some of my battles. Some
Yeah.
people will frown upon that because that's what the internet does, right? But I just want to let you know, bro, it takes great courage to get up here and speak your piece and
Yeah.
give your testimony without exposing too much. But
Yeah.
that's what it's about, brothers. If y'all watching this right now, this is why I'm always telling you that we got to make the right decisions, because it's brothers like myself and Lee who've been through certain things,
And then
and
you know what's so
and then we're
crazy?
not telling. Hold on, one moment.
Okay.
We're not saying these things for no reason. You
Yeah.
got to be responsible out here. But I'm gonna let you
Yes.
go on for another minute, bro, because I want to make sure
Okay.
I get more guests in. But go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
brother.
put this in right here. I had to spend $10,000 to get custody of my son. 10 racks. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
went through the
man.
first lawyer. I spent a grip on her. You see what I'm saying? Found out that it didn't work out because, her lawyer and my lawyer, they went to school together, so they knew each other. So I had to get rid of that one. Then I went through another lawyer. She died from COVID back in 2021. And then, I had got the third lawyer, then it kind of like went okay. So in my journey, yeah, it was some tough situations. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
was time that I didn't even see my son for a whole year. I got
yeah,
custody now, which I'm grateful. You see what I'm saying? But
yep,
the time that it had that I went through that for 4 years, that let me know God had to set me down to say, hey man, we got to work on you. You see what I'm
right.
saying? We got to get this
Absolutely,
right. You see what I'm saying? So hey,
absolutely.
it's a blessing, man. I just want to say, man, look, I've been through it. I'm sure people out there been through it too. Hey, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I recover from it. I love it. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? It's a
That's
blessing.
right.
I get a chance to see them every day. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what's up. Well, thank you for your testimony, brother. I
all right.
appreciate it. Feel free to tap in. All right,
Yes, sir.
all right. Peace. Yeah, I mean, see, this is why certain laws got to be put on the books. Certain things got to be implemented, man. We sit up here and we looking at a lot of a lot of brothers is looking at Trump like the Messiah. Because you got certain creators that's behind Trump and they like acting like he gonna change everything. But we also got to make the right decisions. And when I say we, I'm speaking about myself and all of us, right? We got to make sure that we choose our mates wisely. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in a big button, a smile. You got to make sure that y'all's values are aligned. That y'all have to have the same values, or that dichotomy is going to change immediately. And it's the family structure breaks when y'all don't talk about family, what you want. When that conversation ain't on the table and it's about hitting skins, it's about physical attraction. When that's the issue, and you just going in full fledged without really courting these women the right way, these situations happen. You know what I'm saying? So the onus is gonna always be on us, right? We can't be like women and do things and not have no accountability for it. So the fact that brother came on and he was talking about what he went through and he overcame that, look, a lot of us, brothers been through that, bro. A lot of us been through that. So especially if if you come from certain cities in the inner city and whatever the case is, you got to learn. Some of us just had to learn the hard way, right? But that was a good testimony there. But now I want y'all to keep in mind, we're going to stick to the subject though. I know people want to come up, give their personal testimonies. That's all cool. We let that one go right there. I was hearing the brother out. I could see he had it on his mind. I let him speak it out. But if you coming on the platform, it's three things we talking about. Number one, these Trump executive orders, the Elon Musk, Hell Hitler, or this new law with child support, right? What do you think? What are your thoughts on it, right? But let's go. I'm gonna bring brother Darby in. Long time no see, brother Darby. What is popping? What's going
What's up,
on
my
with
brother? How you doing?
Hey, salute. What's good? Hey,
Man,
I'm doing
man,
great, brother.
it's
How are
been a
you?
minute. Man, I'm doing good. I think it might be a slight delay. But yeah, so a couple of things, when it comes to the new child support law, I think that's great. Man,
Yes,
I
sir.
pay like $900 a month in child support.
Right.
And it's real expensive and really it's just a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I think about it, the way I feel about it, I know everybody has their own situation. A lot of people want to keep the courts out of the situation and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. My only concern with that and why I didn't choose to go that route is because of a thing called back pay. So
yeah,
you got a kid for 18 years. From 0 to 10, you might be cool with the mom. Now all of a sudden the mom want to put you on child support. Now you got to do back pay 10 years. That's
Man.
going to passport, travel, all that. So that's a little scary,
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, man. So like, bro, I know you wanna just stick with his testimony. So I'm not gonna get into mine, but I definitely have a story to tell about my child supporting situation. But
No, you know what? We're gonna let you go, Darby. You go ahead and
okay.
do it. Yeah, speak your mind,
All right.
brother.
Well,
Speak your mind.
I come from third generation of you marry your first wife and you stay with her. So I watched my grandfather, my aunts, my uncles, my great grandparents. They married one wife and it was all cool. And it's kind of the old school. So I got married at 18, kind of old school myself. I was really trying to do the right thing, found a young lady that I really cared for. I impregnated her. I filled her head with all of these dreams for us. So I'm like, let me see this through. Man, I was a car salesman, wasn't making any money. I'm from Memphis. I actually moved to Atlanta. So I went from at 18 making nothing to 21 making six figures. And by 23, we kind of went our separate ways. And no one really talks about men being abused by women as much as they talk about women being abused by men. So, I'm 6 foot, you got a girl 5 foot. No one will really believe that she like throwing stuff at you and hitting you. Yeah. And then, some women, not all women, but some women, try to trump something up on you, call the police. Well, she did this one time when we moved in Atlanta and she ended up getting arrested. Right. So, violence doesn't decrease, it increases. So it went from throwing stuff and, look, is to now she stabbed me. So I pushed her off me like that because she stabbed me in the back of my head. I pushed her off me. She went to go stumble and, how you put your hand down to break your fall?
Yeah.
She stumbled, put her hand down to break her fall. She went to the hospital, said I body slammed her. And then the police came to my door. I was in Atlanta, like I said, doing really well for myself. And by then the police was like, man, yeah, you're going to need to get away from this woman. So I said, you know what? Let me go down here. I don't want to do no back pay, but I definitely need to divorce my wife and move on with my life. Well, she's in the court while I'm trying to get a file for a divorce. She's filing for a restraining order against me. Tried to get me for $3,000 a month. And the only time I can see my son is under supervised visitation. And I'm the guy I always send you stuff on Instagram so you can see my relationship with my son. We always having a good time.
Exactly.
Family oriented. We don't none of that stuff. I don't believe in putting my hands on women. None of that stuff. But it was such a messed up situation. Man, I was in Atlanta. They gave me a charge for 20 years. And I had to hire a lawyer. I hired a lawyer the district attorney in Atlanta watched the body cam footage and threw the case out. But I'm
Right.
already $11,000 down the drain just to
Right.
protect my parental rights and potentially criminal. So,
Right.
you know, they threw that case out, but by now she took my son and went to Arkansas. So,
Wow.
I come back home. I was homeless for 2 months while the case was getting settled. I find out, okay, I'm a free man. Now let me focus on my civil. Open my door, all my son's stuff gone. So it was like, this person's very conniving, and I have to protect my parental rights. If you go into court and say, hey, I want to put myself on child support, even though those are two separate parenting plan and child support plan, if you go on child support first, it by default creates a parenting plan.
Yeah.
If you go on parenting plan, they want to talk about child support, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, I don't want to deal with no back pay. It's kind of like what Brother Lee said, you know, you give your heart to this person, you think you can help them. Maybe they don't come from a 2-parent household. You do, you got morals and values, you know, God, you know, you the 12 tribes, and you think you could teach the devil that. You can't teach that.
Oh
you can't
man,
teach that.
you preaching right now. And
Man.
see, and see, a lot of men are going through this. The trumped up charges.
Yeah.
The women using the child to just harm the father at all costs, even just because she know that's what gets him. She knows that, and that's just pure evil. That's unadulterated evil. That's sinister, and that's what a lot of these women are doing. They're abusing the system.
Yeah,
brothers are losing years of their lives behind choosing the wrong one. Like Brother Darby was just saying, you may know the truth. You may be a righteous man, or at the very least, you're growing, you're developing, you're changing. But when you met this person, you might not have been all the way there, meaning being disciplined over yourself, choosing that partner the right way. And that's what it's about. Although Darby is saying all these things, I know he can look back and be like, yo, you know what? This is what I messed up on. I should have never put myself in this situation. Because I could tell you, in those situations, you'll have warnings by the Most High time and time again. That person to do something, and you'll be taking 10 steps forward, and they'll make you take 15 back, because it's a demon using that individual to stop your purpose. But us men, we don't like divorce. We don't like separating.
We don't.
Not good men. Good men don't like it. Good men will sit up there and be dealing with a parasite.
Yep.
Because they have this ideal thought about how family should be.
Yeah.
And we want that. We ignore red flags because we doing the right thing. We doing this and we doing that. We'll ignore all the times the Lord was like, you need to leave this person alone. You need to what? And sometimes that spirit will jump in them and they will exit themselves, but you let them back in the door.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's why I tell people, and this goes for men and women, when somebody want to exit stage left, you let them go. You don't let things get to the point where it can be catastrophic, because people nowadays, they fatal with this type of stuff. And it's all spiritual warfare. It really is. In them court systems, they all about getting paid, taking your resources. So I hope that certain laws are put on the books that promote some change, because this is happening all the time. And just to have brothers come on a panel and they're sharing stories with y'all, that's the nightmare of living in Babylon in a feminist country. That's a nightmare.
Yeah. Hey, Nubri, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes down to child support, let me just ask your take on this, because I know you're big in the polygyny community and things like that. Probably not big in the polygyny community, but you know what I mean. You teach a lot of morals and values. So I read a scripture that said, don't quote me verbatim, but it said, for the woman you put away, or the woman you hate, or i.e. divorced, double the portion goes to the child.
The firstborn son.
The firstborn, that's right. So my son, from my divorce relationship, I'm married now, and I got a whole bunch of kids now, but I only had one with her. So for me, that justifies, okay, let me set this portion aside and give it to her to take care of my son.
So that's talking about an inheritance in that scripture.
Yeah.
That portion is talking about an inheritance. So if you can't trust this woman with finances,
yeah,
see, and this is something all us brothers need to do. We gotta have a nest egg for our children when they get of age that they can access.
mm-hmm.
You know, even the Bible says a righteous man leave an inheritance to his children's children. Meaning, if we're making the right moves and doing what it is we need to do and navigating, putting something, even if it's just something that you can give them that start them off right. What is that scripture essentially is saying is the firstborn son gets that promise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what the circumstance is, that's the law biblically. You know
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the way I was justifying it in my mind, it was like, okay, well, because if you do the math, man, it's like 340,000.
Yeah.
From the time he was 4 to 18 that I've been paying out, and I pay it like work. And I wire my brain to be like, okay, it's just money you never had. Just pay it and forget about it, because it can make you angry.
Right.
You know, especially with
Absolutely.
inflation. Yeah, all that. Well, look, man, listen,
Absolutely.
It's always a blessing talking to you. I think we had a baby at the same time in 2022. We
Oh,
were talking
yeah.
about our kids last time we were talking.
Yep. Yeah, that was that had Elijah. Elijah came in the earth around that time. Yes, sir.
Your son named Elijah?
Yes, sir.
Mine is Elijah with a Y.
Okay.
With a J. That's crazy.
What's up. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Yep, I got 6 of them, man. I got 6 of them, bro.
You beat me. I'm at 4.
Okay. All right. You'll have 6 soon. You know how
I will. Let me
you know
get
how
out your
we
way,
do.
bro.
You know how Israel do, man. We and we populating out here. It is what it
Hey,
is.
my dad told me, you know that scripture, be fruitful and multiply. I wasn't just talking to you.
That's right.
All right, man.
Thank
Shalom,
you, brother.
bro. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That's iron sharpening iron right there. Let's see. Let's bring on Urban Warrior. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. How you doing? Good to talk to you again.
Absolutely. What's going on, brother? I know you're gonna add some real pivotal points here. I'm gonna let you get the floor. I already know what time it is. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
So I would say the whole thing with Trump doing the his new executive order about the fathers being able to claim the child is good.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful, because I don't think it's necessarily about, it wasn't something, I don't think that it was something that it was put in place to just benefit men.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the government is trying to alleviate pressure from themselves, because a lot of these females is having these babies, and there are a lot of deadbeat dads,
Mm-hmm.
and the government is the ones who have to foot that bill. So they're not trying to have that. So they created this bill to entice men back into relationships. Because if you remember last year, they had a law that they were trying, I think in Tennessee, about no fault divorce. So because they realize men are done, like they are, like the whole passport bro thing, guys are leaving the country, and now they need workers, and men are not having babies here. Men are taking their money and taking it overseas. So they're trying to leverage these laws to entice men to stay in Babylon, to create workers, to alleviate the bill that the government is having to pay for these women.
That's an interesting concept right there.
And don't forget, there was also talk about passports where they were trying to do like these carbon laws to limit how much people can travel. And all of this is at the same time that this whole passport movement is going.
Right. So what you're saying essentially is do subsidy. That's the word for it. The payouts that they're giving the women for child support, alimony, separation, or all whatever it may be. You're saying the government has to fit that bill. So they're trying to get. I explain it to me one more time. I'm sorry, it kind of went over my head a little bit. I want to make sure I'm correct on what you're saying.
Okay.
I want you to repeat that.
If a woman has a baby,
okay,
somebody has to pay for that child.
Yep,
the government needs help. It has to be the man. But if the man is failing to do so, then it has to be the government.
Right. So you're saying the government can't afford to pay for these Tatianas who out here getting pregnant and just using the system. Is that what?
Yeah, because remember, the government is like trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, and they're going to have to change the whole currency to even alleviate that debt. So
Okay.
now that they're about to try to do, they're about to change the whole banking system. So they're about to get a fresh start. And now I know if I'm trying to get a fresh start, I'm trying to alleviate any type of financial liabilities that I can.
Right.
And one of the big ones would be children, having to foot the bill for fathers who aren't paying.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? That's gonna motivate women to get right too.
Exactly.
It's gonna motivate men and women to get right to a degree. Well, that might motivate men to produce more children too, though.
And I would that's another. I would tell men to be careful with that because
Mhm.
remember, 2 days ago this wasn't a law. So who's
Right.
to say in 4 years and 2 days that they don't change it again?
Mm.
So don't get razzle dazzled and think that everything gonna be sweet from here on out. It'll be sweet for the next 4 years, but
Right.
you're gonna be stuck on child support for 18. So
Right.
you make it through the 4, you got another 14 years if they flip the script again.
Yeah, because you know they can flip these executive orders any given time.
Yeah.
So they can give you a false sense of security, have you comfortable out here. Oh, I'm finna get that tax credit, and you out here breeding these women up, and you know some of the guys who making 6 figures, you know they're gonna be living a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I knew you was gonna bring an excellent point. That's something to definitely consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the whole thing is true with crypto, you might end up having and one of the issues that they didn't like was how many black men are involved in crypto. So if what ends up happening ends up being true, and you end up getting a lot of new millionaires, because like Melania's coin came out and Trump's coin came out, a lot of people made millions overnight.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Barron
Hey,
dropped coin too.
I'm gonna just tell you, I went right for that coin. Like
It crashed already, so pretty much
it crashed already, but the first couple days was good. Like the first couple of days was good. I ain't gonna discuss my personal business, but I definitely got on that Moonshot app and did what I needed to do.
Yeah, yeah.
They like, Bree, you jumped on that? Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
And if that whole thing is true, which it looks like
Mhm.
it's most likely going to be, because my portfolio looking nice too.
Yes.
And I would, if I'm them, I'm doing everything I can to keep men, especially black men, in this country, and then get them locked in with having babies and whatnot. Because
Mhm.
if they end up with all this extra revenue, the government's going to get it if they flip the script in 4 years.
Right.
Because they
Oh,
know
they
most
gonna
people
get-
aren't
Hey.
know most people ain't thinking that far in advance.
Caesar
So-
gonna get his however he want to get it. That's a fact. That's hey, bro. Hey, somebody said make sure Urban Warrior stay on the team. Oh, absolutely. Y'all already know. And I know you pulling up to the next event, ain't you?
Hopefully.
Hope so. Yeah. Hope so. We gotta chop it up, bro. We gotta chop it up.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
that's just my message to the fellas. Don't get razzle dazzled. Enjoy this at least 4-year victory.
Yep.
But do not lock yourself down for the next 18 years, because I would not be surprised if in the next 4 years, the next presidential election, that they flip this script and now you're gonna be locked down for 14 years. And if you're invested in anything and all of a sudden you got all this money, so instead of going because realistically speaking, the women ain't gonna change. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is an opportunity for them to get their minds right, but that's just not how human beings really work.
Right.
They're not going to behave a certain way all of their lives, and then based
switch
upon
it.
this, they're going to turn a 180. They'll figure something else out. So for the fellas, do your investments, keep your heads on straight, invest overseas, get your money, know that they're going to probably flip this in about 4 years or so, or maybe in 8 years, because even if it's after the vice president, if he most likely is going to win, JP Vance or whatever,
right?
Then even if he wins, you're still going to get locked for 10 years.
Yep.
So and then if they pull that back pay crap, then if that's still around, you get locked in at 10, and they be like, well, for the last 8 years you weren't doing nothing, and you get hit with that. So enjoy the victory, but
absolutely
for the next 4 years, but use this as an opportunity to stack your money, make good investments, and do not put yourself in a position to where you get locked down in this country after the next 4 years.
Absolutely, man. Sound advice. Thank you, Urban Warrior. We're gonna bring one more guest in. Thanks.
Until next time, sir.
Till next time. Salute. Peace. All right, we got Sosi Zell. What's going on with you, bro? You on mute?
What's good, Bree?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't got nothing to talk about on child support because I'm a youngin. I don't got much to say about that.
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about, bro. You got it.
Yep. There's a video going around on TikTok about Elon Musk, right?
Hmm.
And like they call him like shapeshifting and stuff. Like it's like the clearest video on the internet, bro. You got to see it.
Yeah, yeah. I seen one video from that inauguration. He looks like he's getting all his messages from outer space. I don't know if y'all
That's
seen that
what.
video, and if y'all seen that in the chat, put a one.
Mhm.
It's like he's like looking around all crazy. I don't know if he have like a computer chip or some kind of built-in Oculus where he can see things that we don't see. Because the way he was looking around was like, and then he got on stage and hit the. I'm like, bro, this dude ain't real, bro. Like this dude is not real. So yeah, man, I think the dude is a strange character, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They do be having half breeds, reptilians. I believe in all that. People call me a conspiracy theorist, think I'm going over the top. No, Elon ain't human, bro. Everybody sitting around like, why he doing up Hitler something? Man, he did that so y'all could talk about it. That's what I believe.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah, but yeah, what else? Whatever else you want to chime in with, bro? You got the stage.
No, and that's about it. That's all I have to say. To be honest.
Okay. All right, cool, bro. I'm gonna look that video up. Thanks, man.
For sure.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So this was another powerful broadcast. I do want to, man. Now people just joining in the background, so we're gonna bring in a couple more. We're gonna bring in a couple more. If y'all get them likes up, we got 900 in the building. Let's get 900 more. You know what I'm saying? We going in. We're gonna bring Bequisha Cunningham in. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we got new, these new, what do they call? We got these new child support laws. We got Elon Musk, whatever you want to talk about. If you've watched the broadcast.
First of all, I want to say I'm a long time watcher and listener. I respect you. I talk to you all the time with my brother. Me and him are the only ones in my family that are in the truth.
Oh, okay.
So I'm constantly talking about you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That's a blessing. Bless you.
Um, I have a couple things to say. As far as the child support executive order, that's a start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. There's a lot of things that need to be done about child support in its whole entirety.
Mm,
But it is a start
yes.
because I watched a family member of mine that is like my own soul
Mhm.
go through terrible situations. Actually, I watched two family members go through two males go through terrible situations in with involving child support.
Right.
One situation, this man had been with this woman for over 30 years. They're going through a divorce now, but with this woman for over 30 years, he had been incarcerated a number of times because of
Right.
child support. Because she was getting assistance, but they lived together. He actually was a father to his children. They
Yeah.
were together for 30 years,
And still on child support.
still on child support.
That definitely
Because
happened.
she received food stamps, and that was it. She received food stamps, and of course, but
And what
also
state,
at the
what
same
state is this in?
Michigan.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sound about right. That's
So,
yep.
and that used to break my heart. I was 12 years old, 11 years old watching this, and I couldn't understand it in my mind. I'm like, he's actually taking care of his children.
Right.
How is this possible? But of course, we know the Bible says they make laws to oppress my people. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
we knew that it was a oppressive situation.
Right.
I realized later on in life that this was an oppressive situation in itself.
Absolutely.
Um, and we know that they have always tried to stop. What's the word? The multiplication of our nation. So
Yep.
they find laws.
Yep.
Because Yahweh made that promise to Abraham, and his word would not come back null and void. He said your seed is going to be like the sands.
Absolutely.
So we know that these people create these laws to
Yeah,
You
to
know, so to try to stop, yeah, to try. So of course they're going to try to stop the black male from bearing seed.
Right. Now, how
and then,
did he end up
huh?
getting he ended up paying child support for the full 18 years, or how did he get out that situation?
They had to get married.
Okay.
They had to get legally married for
Right.
him to.
Just
So of course,
so she didn't take him off on her own, because I
at
believe
that time you couldn't. If you were getting any type of government assistance,
you had to
any
be
type of they
right.
had to be on it. The first thing they would
Yeah,
ask you when you go down to get those food stamps and that money, that help for every month, they ask you what's your child's father name.
right. Yeah, because
So
I remember a situation of a brother. He was living with a woman. She would put him on and off, like literally. They were living together, and I guess whenever he mess up or whatever, I'm putting you back on child support, and she would literally go back and put him back on child support, and being able to go make a phone call, sign a paper, and take him on and off. But yeah, if you getting government any food stamps and all that, as soon as you give a name up, and they don't have to do a blood test for
no,
that name. Because
no,
there's another situation I knew growing up. It was a guy, he was a mechanic. He made good money. He lived with a woman and her kids. She had look, but he had a kid with her too. He paid child support living with her though, but he still was bringing in money. But he paid child support for her kids and his. Well, because yep, he paid child support for her kids and had his own kid. So I'm like, yo, that's wild. All she had to do was go up there, just like you said, give them a name. It ain't like they're gonna come looking for you to get no blood test. So the whole system is jacked
yeah.
up.
It's all the way jacked up. So then this other individual who, like I was saying, is like my own soul. This other individual who is a absolute great father, absolute great father. He was heavily, not heavily, but incarcerated on a number of occasions because of child support. And he was a good father. And I'm not saying this because this person is I know that this individual, the reason why I know that this individual, because this child is still living with us to this day. Right. So he went and eventually got his child from this horrible baby mother. This woman was horrible, but I ain't gonna get on her today. So once he went and got custody of the child, they sent her papers and told her she had to pay child support. She comes to him and say, "Oh, you got to turn this off." But it was all well and good.
Right.
She was collecting all the money and benefits when it was him.
Right.
So it's. But on another note, a new breed, I also want to get into the woman's point of view. Although I seen these two men who were good fathers, I did see that. I also have seen thousands. I'm in my 40s. I have seen thousands of women struggle. And like you speak all the time, stop letting a man in there all the time if you don't know him. You speak on this a lot. And the men too. Don't put yourself in these bodies of these different women and you don't really know them. Yep. But I have seen thousands of women struggle financially, emotionally, mentally, raising children on their own because of these men.
Yep, it's true.
Just going up in them, and then a baby come out, and now I don't want you no more.
Yep.
So
and that's why earlier when the young lady was saying, she didn't put him on, I wanted to make sure I asked her a question. I said, if he had the resources and he just didn't want to spend time with the child, or he didn't want to provide for them children, do you put him on child support? Because I've seen this all the time where good women out there will have a man doing them dirty, but she's holding it down. But for whatever reason, probably out of loyalty, she don't want to put a man in the system because she's empathetic. I think it's a time for child support when a man refuses to be a father. When you went up in that woman, you dealt with her, you planted your seed, you need to take care of your responsibilities as a man. Straight up, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's a shame that the government got to force you to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So child support has its place, but I believe that there needs to be a lot of fine tuning. There needs to be a lot of
It is. It is.
to make that a legitimate thing. You know what I'm saying? Because and then for good brothers who may find a woman who's a single mother, you know, he shouldn't be financially obligated to that child.
No, he's good.
If the child's father is a deadbeat and he's sitting there every day, this other good guy is there, but you letting the deadbeat go out here and do whatever he want to do, that good guy should come in the picture like, hold on now, I'm a good guy, but I'm not to be taken advantage of either. You letting this bum just do X, Y, and Z. He got this going on and got that going on. He not even coming to pick them up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you need to handle that. And that's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, that's how you gotta speak to these women who don't want to do what they need to do. It's a shame that man ain't doing that to begin with. So I totally agree that it has its place.
Yes, this is a start, but there's some fine tuning on both sides, the male and the female side.
Yes.
Number two, I'm super glad about the executive order as far as the transgender thing.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, that is
yes.
As far as him talking about them competing in sports and women's sports, when I seen that was some of the most disgusting. Like, it was cringy. It is cringy watching these anatomically correct males beat up women, like totally demolished. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
Yep.
I'm kind of a womanly woman. My voice doesn't say that, but I am. I don't even like to watch fighting in general. You know, what is that called? The UFC. I can't really stomach that type of stuff anyway. But to watch a man legally
beat on a woman,
and then get an award and get a belt and this is acceptable. Like, this is how you know we live in a sick world, Breed. This is how you know we live in a very perverted, very twisted world. If anybody could sit there and watch that.
And you know and it's almost like the dark web have made its way to the mainstream media. That's the best way of explaining it. Like, they put the dark web out there because that's what the elites and all of them, they looking at stuff like that. Beating on and all that. And they had to chip away at society and just program the people to accepting little things that we people bend and broke on. Nah, I'm also glad that he turned that over. And hopefully moving forward, people start really paying attention to how they vote. And I know the voting system is probably a selection over an election, but I do believe that it has to be an agreement with darkness for them to be able to do what they do. So
absolutely.
So if you out here voting on the side of, well, I want Carmelo, I want this one, I want that one. Well, guess what? There's a census on who voted for what. And the census says evil is overcoming good. So they're going to they're going to give the world what they want. Somebody has to be in agreement with that stuff. So, you know, either don't vote at all. You know, I can't tell y'all what to do, but I personally don't believe voting is called for. Like, we should be voting for the Most High doing what we do. But at least pay attention to policies, y'all. Pay attention to what you're voting for, right? Yep. So, that's real talk. Quisha, you added a lot of substance, a lot of truth. You know, you're welcome to come on anytime. I'm coming across some time restraints, and I got one more guest in the queue.
I understand. Thank you for letting me in, sir.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you.
Can I ask you one more thing before you go? I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you about as far as this witchcraft thing. And I got some stories to tell you. So whenever you do another live of that, I would like to come in for that.
I'm gonna listen, I'm gonna start opening these panels. Anytime we doing 2-hour streams, I'm gonna open these panels up, and I'll keep you in mind next time I do the witchcraft streams. For sure.
Okay, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Yeah, that was real insightful right there. Real insightful. We're gonna bring in Keith Walker, our final guest. What's going on with you, brother?
Yo, what's good, new breed?
Man, I'm blessed. How are you?
Man, blessing, man. It's a pleasure to be up in here, man. I want
That's
to go over that basically the Elon Musk thing. He was looking real crazy up there,
tweaking.
dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on.
Right.
I
Right.
seen it on this app called Newsbreak. And I
Hmm.
looked in the comments and somebody said this dude wants to be president so bad, but he can't. He's
Mm.
like the closest thing to it. I'm like,
Right.
man, this dude's like the Antichrist. You know
Yeah.
how he pushing all this new
Mm.
all this technology, trying to connect
Right.
these people
Yep.
with the AI. And I just seen Trump about to build like the biggest AI
Hmm.
center or something.
Yeah. Elon Musk said the biggest AI center is in Memphis, Egypt, and Trump. I don't know if you remember this, but Trump was banned from Twitter,
Yeah.
and Elon Musk bought Twitter, gave
Yep.
gave Trump a voice once again. At least this is the cover story that they gave us.
Yeah.
You know, he bought Twitter and then made Donald Trump's voice a prominent voice on Twitter. And Trump, in return, once he became president, hired him as the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
Exactly.
And whatever that entails, it's something bizarre, y'all. I'm talking about it's some sci-fi stuff. Whatever it is, it has everything to do with artificial intelligence. It has everything to do with um, robots. It has
Yep.
everything to do with the market of all of it, because he's
Yeah.
putting neural links in people's heads. Like these people are warlocks.
Yep.
I mean, that's why we as believers we go right down the middle. We gotta call this type of stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Because we can see it. But
And I
absolutely, go ahead,
and I
brother.
want to say that how it ties to this mining cobalt, right?
Hmm.
They starting to mine it, I think about 2 years ago in Idaho. And
Yeah.
basically it reminded me of this show that just came out. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's called The Madness. It's on
Um,
Netflix.
I I haven't seen that one. I'll check that out though.
Man, it's a great show. But basically the main character, he's like a CNN type of guy. And
I
he get
did see that the Philadelphia CNN correspondent. He
yes.
was getting gang stalked pretty much. Yeah, I seen
Yeah.
that.
He
That was
gets framed for a murder.
murder. Yep.
Yeah, of like a basically like a white supremacist guy that was
Hmm.
doing basically trying to help these guys with their elections.
Right.
So basically he was doing cover stories and basically like propaganda
Hmm.
to influence these elections for senators.
Right.
But behind it there was a guy named Rodney Krantz. He was
Hmm.
like a top end investor. And basically, let me see. This guy, he was the silent majority investor of a big tech company called Revitalize,
Yeah.
who orchestrated the dude's framing, right?
Hmm.
But basically, let me see.
Yeah. That show is powerful, man, because it show you how they can frame you, how they can make society believe anything. And they were pretty much torturing the dude. It was psychological warfare going on,
Yeah, and
following him everywhere,
he
leaving
was the
certain
head of this
people.
company called
Yep.
Revitalize. All right. It
Right.
was a fictional tech company that uses money and online influence to shape political and social discourse. The company's goal is to gain control of environmental deregulation in the United States.
Read that
So
again, bro. Read it. Read that again from the top. People got to hear that because
it
they put
says
it in the shows. Yes.
they put it in the shows, man. I was getting mad downloads in the show. He
Right.
said Revitalize is a fictional tech company that uses money and online influence to shape political and social discourse. The company's goal is to gain control of environmental deregulation in the United States. This guy was trying to mine cobalt and stuff in the United States, and he was doing it already illegally, but he needed this new senator to get in so they could pass a climate bill so he would be able to mine it in the US. But he was
Wow.
already doing it illegally.
Yo,
So
that's exactly what Doge is doing. That's exactly what Elon Musk is here for.
he's doing
It
it.
says, yeah, it causes social. One part you read, it says social division, social what? Read that word again on that part.
Social discourse.
Yeah, social discourse.
It's basically Twitter.
Yep. Yep. that makes total sense. And then they got these different apps where it's merging the government and politics with apps. Where you got
Exactly.
what is that app called? Truth something, Truth app that they got going. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is,
I don't think I heard of that yet.
yeah, they got different apps where they make it more interactive with
Or the
government.
threads. I know they got threads.
Yeah, they got
a
some.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, they got Trump and Elon got some other app too. And but yeah, man, that everything you're saying, that's precisely what they're doing.
Yeah,
That's
man.
precisely what they're doing. They're gonna create a social cataclysm. Even
Yeah.
just him doing the Hitler thing.
Destroying the environment, you know?
Yeah, that's
Doing
the
that,
Truth
mining it
Social.
here.
There you go. X Vision is called Truth Social.
True
Yeah,
social. Okay, I gotta check that out.
and they making the people feel like they're involved with government decisions. But
Mm-hmm.
the question is, why is the government and social media becoming so interlocked? Like
Interlocked.
it's
Yep.
kind of alarming. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where a president can get elected and he can either say whether a platform is going to get shut down or not. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like TikTok, the whole TikTok situation. So
Yeah, that was
it's
crazy.
just foreshadowing that they're gonna have more control. It's gonna be more arbitrary censorship. It's gonna be more like, a social credit system based type of society that we're in. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
seems like it's gonna get to, man.
Yeah,
But
man, they got total control.
yeah,
Check out that show for sure. It's a really good show.
hmm
Man, mad downloads, and I'm telling you, it's right in our face, you know.
absolutely,
He's in charge of this company. He's right here by the president. They're mining the cabot. They're destroying the environment, and who knows what that's gonna cause, you know.
for
So,
sure. Well,
you
thank you,
know,
brother.
just had to bring that message, man. Appreciate
Man,
you.
powerful message, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you stay blessed. Stay up, man.
You too.
Much
Peace and
love.
blessings. Yeah, man, this has been a powerful one, y'all. It's been a powerful broadcast, man. Support the work. Shout out to everybody who support via Cash App. Your contributions are appreciated. At the end of each stream, I read those out. Um, even if it's Cash Apps from previous days, then I ain't get to shout you out. A Hava shout out to you. And Katina Jennings. Katina Jennings, I appreciate you, your continual support. Jamaris, thank you for your support. Lachia Coleman, thank you for your continual support. And Bavinda Fernandez, thank you as well for your continual support. Y'all are appreciated. Yep. And again, if y'all like this fly gear right here, you know where to cop it. Newbreed.love. Cop y'all some of that Nobility brand. That's how you can support my work. If you don't want to, just contribute via Cash App, just get you something. Get you some love notes, which will help you with future launches, far as discounts go, or get you some of this fly gear. And the kids' clothes is coming soon. That's right. The children's clothes is coming soon. You already know. But thank y'all, man. We got 1,000 likes in this video. This has been absolutely amazing just building with y'all. Till next time, one love, shalom, peace.